Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Learn with Anne. Today I'm going to be doing maths. I hope you enjoyed my last two videos, science and English. If you haven't watched them, please go and check them out. Okay, so today we'll be doing maths and the topic is fractions. The chapter we are going to be following is fractions and decimals, but we'll just be doing the fractions part and the next lesson will be decimals part, okay? So, a proper fraction is a fraction that represents a part of a whole. Is 7 by 4 a proper fraction? Which is bigger, the numerator or the denominator? So a proper fraction is a fraction that represents a part of a whole, and the denominator is supposed to be bigger than the numerator in a proper fraction. So is 7 by 4 a proper fraction? It isn't. So let's put a little X there. Now, an improper fraction is a combination of whole and a proper fraction. Is 7 by 4 an improper fraction? Yes, because the numerator is supposed to be bigger in an improper fraction. The improper fraction 7 by 4 can be written as 1 and 3 by 4. This is a mixed fraction. Okay. So, example 1. Write 5 equivalent fractions of 3 by 5. 5 equivalent fractions of 3 by 5. Let's see here. So we have 3 by 5 here. 1 second. So you times thing by 2, times by 2 for the bottom as well. So 6 by 10. 5 ones. Another example, 12 times by 2 again by 20. Times by 2 again, 24 by 40. Times by 2 again, 48 by 80. And 1, 2, 3, 4, one more. 896 by 860. They're all equivalent fractions of the fraction 3 by 5. See, that was the example right there. Now, okay. Example 2. Ramesh solved 2 by 7 part of an exercise, while Seema solved 4 by 5 of it. Who solved lesser part? Okay, 2 by 7, 4 by 5. How do we do this? Now, so there we are. Converting them to like fractions, we have 2 by 7, which equals 10 by 35, and 4 by 7, which equals 28 by 35. And how did we do that? So let's see. So we have the fraction 2 by 7 and 4 by 5. These two numbers, 7 times 5, times them together, that's 35. And they share a common denominator now. And now let's convert them, okay? And the answer would be 10. So if you're timesing 7 by 5 to get 35, you times 2 by 5 to get 10, sorry. And if you are timesing 5 by 7, which is 35, you times 4 by 7, which is 28. There we are. That's how we get that. Since 10 is smaller than 28, that means that 10 by 35 is smaller than 28 by 35. Thus, 2 by 7 is smaller than 4 by 5. Ramesh solved lesser part than Seema. Okay. Example 3. Samira purchased 3 1/2 kilogram apples and 4 3/4 kilogram oranges. What is the total weight of fruits purchased by her? So the total weight is adding them together, and we need to convert the mixed fraction into an improper fraction in order to do this. So this is how we do it. There is 3 lots of 2, so 6 plus 1, 7/2, and then 4 times 4 is 16, plus 3 is 19. So 7/2 plus 19/4 kilograms equals, you've got to convert them again. So you can just times them together and do 6 as the denominator, but we need to find the lowest common factor, okay? And that's why it's 4 for this one, not 6. So for 4, you have to times 2 by 2. So 7/2 is 14, and this one's already done for you, which is a good thing. Now, 14/4 plus 19/4 kilogram equals 33/4 kilogram. And how did we do this? We just added the top 2 numbers, okay? Only when they share a common denominator can we actually do that. Which equals, back to a mixed fraction, 8 and 1/4 kilogram. Next example. Suman studied for 5 2/3 hours daily. She devotes 2 4/5 hours of her time for science and mathematics. How much time does she devote for other subjects? Okay, you can see the solution here. Total time of Suman's study, 5 2/3 hours, which equals, into an improper fraction, 5 times 3, 15 plus 2, 17/3 hours. Time devoted by her for science and mathematics, 2 4/5 hours, which equals 5 times by 2, 10 plus 4, 14/5 hours, okay? Now, thus, time devoted by her for other subjects equals 17/3 minus 14/5 hours. 17/5, which, again, similar thing. So I told you to times them at the start, didn't I? So 3 times 5 is 15. So 17 times 5 is 85. 5 times 3 is 15. So 14 times 3 is 42. Okay? So you can see here, 85 minus 42/15 hours, which equals 43/15 hours, which equals, back to a mixed fraction, to 13/15 hours. And how do we convert an improper fraction to a mixed fraction? So you have 43/15. So how many 3 15s are 45? So it has to be 2 whole ones. And how many do we have left? 2 15s are 30. So 43 minus 30, try and do it in your head, mental maths, which is 13. So 13 by 15. 2 and 13 by 15. That is how you convert an improper fraction to a mixed fraction. Now, on to exercise 2.1. 2 minus 3 by 5. Okay. 2 minus 3 by 5. Well, we did the hard ones just above. Now, what is 2 minus 3 by 5? So let's do this. So, a 2 whole 1 also means 2 by 1. So if you ever see a 2 whole 1, try and put a by 1 underneath it so it's a bit more easier for you. Now let's convert this is for the same denominator. We can do it into 5 because it's by 1. So 1 times 5 is 5. 2 times 5 is 10. So 10 by 5 minus 3 by 5 is 2 by 5. Okay? The answer is 2 by 5. Four plus 7 by 8. So you put by 1 and let's get it into the same. So denominator, 1 times 8 is 8. 4 times 8 is 32. 32 by 8 plus 7 by 8. 7 plus 2 equals 9, so 39 by 8. So this 39 by 8 is of course bigger. The numerator is bigger than the denominator. So whenever that happens, I try and make it into a mixed fraction. Let's make it into a mixed fraction then. 39 by 8. So we just said that 3 times 8 is 32. 4 times 8 is 4. I mean, 4 times 8 is 42, and 5 times 8 is 40. So that means that's just one less, isn't it? So it has to be 4, sorry. I'll write it below. So 4, and what is the remainder? So it's 7 by 8. 4 and 7 by 8. I think it's good practice to convert improper fractions into mixed fractions and mixed fractions back into improper fractions, because that's really good practice, especially when it comes to some hard question that you don't know. It's always easy to start simple and then go on. Okay? So 35 plus 3 by 5 plus 2 by 7. Same denominator. The common LCM is 35. Let's convert then. 3 times 7, 21. 2 times 5, 10. So that's 31 by 35. Okay, next question. That was pretty quick, wasn't it? Now, 9 by 11 minus 4 by 15. Try and do this by yourself, okay? Try and do it by yourself. I'll give you 2 minutes. Hope you're nearly done because you've got 1 more minute left. Thirty seconds. $15 seconds. Three, two, one. Okay, I hope you have all found out the answers. And okay, I will tell you the answer for this now. So we have 9 by 11 minus 4 by 15. So you need to times both sides. So 11 times 15. We need to do the same denominator, and the common denominator will be 165, okay? Because 11 times 15 is 165. So 11 times 15 is 165, so 9 times 15 is 135. 15 times 11 is 165, so 4 times 11 is 44. 135 minus 44 by 165, which equals 91 by 165. Now let's go on to the next question. 7 by 10 plus 2 by 5 plus 3 by 2. Okay, this looks hard, doesn't it? But it's not. It's just 3 fractions instead of 2. We've managed 2 quite easily, and 3, I'm sure we'll all be able to manage that. And this seems to be easy. 5 times 2, just ignore this one because the common denominator is 10. So this has already been done. 5 times 2 is 10. Oh, there's no space. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 5 is 15. So 4 plus 15 is... 4 plus 15 is 19 by 10 plus 7 by 10, which equals 19, so 20 for 1 and 6, 26 by 10. And to mixed fraction, that is 2 whole ones and 6 by 10. You can decrease this even more. So let's decrease it, simplify it first. 26 by 10. I'll just do this in this corner because there is no space. 26 by 10. One, 3 by 5. 13 by 5. I think that's all we can do. So 5, 10, 2, and then 3 by 5. Okay, so next 2. 2 by 3 plus 3, 1 by 2. So that's 2 times 3, 6 plus 2, 8. I've got to drop out all this working out. So 8 So that's 8 by 3. I'm going to do the working out in... There's barely any space. So 8 by 3 plus 3 times 2, 6 plus 1, 7 by 2. So we need to make the same denominator. 6 is the common one. 8 times 2 is 16, and 7 by 3 is 21, and that 16 plus 21 by 6 equals 37 by 6, which simplified is 6 1 by 6. Okay, so the answer of that is 6 1 by 6. Simplified, not simplified, I'm sorry, turned into a mixed fraction. Now, I think we're going to do one more, and then we'll see about if we have time for the others. 8 1 by 2 minus 3 5 by 8. So which equals, there is actually some space in this, 17 by 2, oh not 12, I meant to draw 17 by 2, minus 29 by 8, which equals 17, which equals common denominator, of course. So we can make this 17 by 2 into 8 times by 4. 17 times by 4 is 68 by 8. So 68 minus 29 by 8, which is 39 by 8, which equals 4 and 7 by 8. Okay, we did that pretty fast. I think we should do this next question and then end this lesson, okay? Because there's only 2 for this. Yes, and then after that, for the lesson after this, it'll be fractions again, and it'll be quite hard though, because there'll be other sort of questions, not just these simple sort. So it'll be harder. I'm going to rub out all my working out from before. Okay, there's a clean page. 2 by 9, 2 by 3, and 8 by 21. We're going to do a common denominator of 63. Okay, 63. I will I'm going to put a square around the one that we're working out, and I'm going to do the working out here. Okay, so 63 is the common denominator. Now, 2 by 9 plus 2 by 9, how would you find the LCM? So lowest common multiple. 9, you have the numbers 9, 3, and 21, the denominators. And 3 times 3 times 7 is 63, sorry. Okay, so that's how we got this. This for 2 by 9 is 14 by 63, because 2 times 7 is 14. 42, 2 times 21. And then 8 times 3, 24. There are numbers, and we now know which one's the biggest, smallest, and in the middle. So let's put it in descending order. Okay, 42 by 63 is bigger than 24 by 63 is bigger than 14 by 63. And if you do this in this way, 2 by 3 is bigger than 8 by 21 is bigger than 2 by 9. That is that. Now we're going to do the last one, and then this lesson will end right there. So this one, 1 by 5, 3 by 7, 7 by 10. Common denominator, 70. I think that's quite obvious. So 70, 70, and 70. Five times 14 is 70, so 1 times 14 is 14. 7 times 10 is 70, so 3 times 10 is 30. And 10 times 7 is 70, so 7 times 7 is 49. So that equals 49 by 70 is bigger than 30 by 70 is bigger than 14 by 70, which means 7 by 10 is bigger than 3 by 7 is bigger than 1 by 5. Instead of bigger than, you can say greater than. They're both the same thing. And that is where this lesson ends, guys. I hope you enjoyed this fractions. So we did question number 1 and question number 2 for exercise 2.1, and I did some examples with you, and I told you what a proper fraction, improper fraction, and a mixed fraction is. Make sure you remember the definition of a proper fraction, improper fraction, and a mixed fraction, because I'll be asking you next lesson. Thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I will see you in my next lesson. Bye.